Hey everybody, it's Matt with FlytrapStore. We're here in the Sarracenia, primarily Sarracenia greenhouse. I do have some flight traps in here, my personal collection mostly, and a few hardening off out of tissue culture, but the vast majority of this greenhouse is Sarracenia. And I was going to do a little quick video because I was just finishing up watering and I noticed some really beautiful Leucophyllas coming up. And we got some Morii that are Leucophylla dominant that are putting up some really gorgeous pictures. So I was just going to do a quick walkthrough here midsummer. Most of people know probably that Sarracenia flava puts up their best pictures in the spring. So most of the flava pictures now are less attractive than the Leucophylla pictures, which are just now starting to enter their prime. It's a little earlier than what we would have in Oregon. We're here in Missouri. Just moved here. This is the first full summer here in Missouri, and these pictures are about 2 months ahead of what we would have in Oregon. So that's nice, but it'll be interesting to see how fall plays out. In any case, I thought I'd give a quick walkthrough of some of these pictures. This tub here is full of Purpurea and Leucophylla and various hybrids of short pictures. So some Sarracenia down in there, and I like this yellow Purpurea cross flava, I'm guessing. This guy here is really gorgeous. I really like that one. Some very beautiful Purpurea crosses with flavas back here, all kinds of colors, just beautiful pictures. And this one here, the white and pink of Leucophylla crossed with the Purpurea, make it nice and stout. Just a beautiful plant. What do we got here? This is Saxapaha, my first year with it. It's just trying to get settled in. I've only had it a few months. This one here is Carson Elise, grown and bred by Eric Morrow, who's in a collection I inherited. I really like the distinct jaw on this guy and the red throat and lip. It's just a beautiful plant. The tops are all veined, just a nice one. And here are my Hurricane Creek Whites, which are not looking that great. They're way past needing being repotted, but some of the pictures do look good. They are super white. And I'll get around to another beautiful one over there. This here is, shoot, I'm trying to remember the name of it right now. Rep Rose, that's right, Reptilian Rose. So these guys make huge spring pictures, and now it's starting to put up some fall pictures. Just getting going on fall pictures. And then that's Beth in the back. It's one of the best Regelii, but obviously way past its prime now. Fall pictures on flavas are pretty tiny and not so beautiful. A whole tub full of Eric's red plants. Some really beautiful plants in there. I really like the contrast on the lip on this one, and the hood on it is beautiful too. Really nice plant. This big purple throated thing back here has been one of my favorites this year. I just love the way it looks, and the fall pictures are actually pretty nice too. Much bigger, not quite as colorful, but I bet they color up by the time we enter winter. I think this is a lot of red tube cross Kilimanjaro, or a lot of red and black, sorry, cross Kilimanjaro. A few more Leucophylla Hurricane Creek Whites. Just gorgeous pictures on these guys, super white. This is the FlytrapStore clone. I love that guy. There's another one over there I'll get to even better. Here's a Dana's Delight. A lot of these look really good after I repotted them this summer. A lot of my plants that I moved from Oregon still need to be repotted. I spent all last winter with Adrian repotting Eric's plants, so there's a lot of repotting that's still to do. This big boy here is a giant Leuco, obtained from Mike Wang. It's Washington County. Made two huge pictures kind of mid to late summer, or actually sorry, early to midsummer, and now it's just starting to put up another, looks like it's going to be a monster picture here. Legacy back here, love that one, super nice. Black Widow right here. What else do we have? Oh, metallized. I really like this one. I got this mine from Jeremiah. Made some really nice spring pictures, and just catching up along the back row in these huge pots. from left to right is Wilkerson's Red Rocket, just getting going on its fall pictures. Wakima, which is basically done for the year, but it's still putting up some nice fall pictures. I'm surprised. Leo Wilkerson, and this here, this beauty, is from Danny Powell. It's a Flavacross Leuco Purple Lips, Flava rubicorpora, which it's the same as Saurus, which doesn't look as good here, but it's just starting to put up its fall pictures. So this one here from Danny tends to do its fall pictures a little earlier, and the color on them is just beautiful. Once they're up for a little while, they really fill in with color. What do we got over here? Ooh, this is Blood in the Snow cross Leo Wilkerson. I really like the color on this, especially the iridescent hoods with the nice whitish yellow contrast on them. It's just a beautiful plant. Nice big Leuco back here. Several actually different clones from Eric. I like this Purpurea hybrid here. Nice color, nice trap shape, pretty big, beautiful. Lots of flavas, more flavas that are on their way out. Leuco times Oreo cross, also on its way out. Whole row of flavas, various types, mostly Regelii and the light veining cross, or sorry, the light veining clone. Here's a nice Morii from Eric's collection. Really nice. Another one, also nice. Here's that big old Hurricane Creek white pitcher. I repotted this plant, maybe a couple months ago now, and usually when I repot, I give a little fertilizer and rooting hormone, and this thing just jumped up with some really nice, beautiful, big white pitchers. I just love white pitcher plants. And then right next to it here is Chanel's Ghost, most of this tray. And I like the jawline on Chanel's Ghost. It's pretty cool. Also one of the whitest pitchers out there. Behind it is Hurricane Creek White, a whole tray of, I think the whole tray is that clone. It's just getting going though. And those guys are really in dire need of a repot, so next year they should look much better. AJ01, shooting up some nice fall pitchers. I think this back here is Tarnock, and you can see some of the flowers. Started getting a flush of flowers here late in the year, and I think it's just heat stress, heat-induced flowering. I've never seen that, at least not to this extent, so many flowers this late in the year. But it's been really hot here, as it has been like most of the US and actually world now. So yeah, you're seeing some flowers coming up, and I've been pinching some of them, but I let those Tarnocks go because they're kind of cool to look at. So Dana's Delight here in front. And here's a whole row of Morii or various crosses. This is like a really tall Alata with some color. It's a nice plant, but a little bit pitchers are a little floppy, so not ideal, but really nice color when they first come up. That beautiful one down there is, can't see it on the reflection here, is Jutha-tip Soper, I believe. Nice plant. Some more Morii, just various crosses. I really like this one. First year I've seen it looking this good, and this is Johnny Wilkerson. Really nice Morii cross. And of course the infamous Adrian Slack. I can see why this plant has garnered so much attention. It's super nice, and its pictures both spring and fall are very colorful and just gorgeous. Right behind it is Prometheus cross Dana's Delight, and I think this plant has the most iridescent pink pictures I've ever seen. That's from Jerry Addington, a really nice one. Whole bunch of Leo Wilkersons here that are obviously mostly spring dominant pictures. You got a few fall ones coming up that are a little less ravaged looking. Most of these back here have spent the whole summer in this hot greenhouse near this front wall here that gets super hot. So yeah, more Morii, and I really need to get repotting this fall. Almost everything I brought with me from Oregon is in dire need of a repot. So this right here, and I have a bunch of different clones of this, but this one's pretty nice. This is French Kiss cross Leuco Hot Pink Selection, and you see a little bunny rabbit in the background back there. We got a little baby bunny that's been living in the greenhouse. See if I can get him on the video. There he is. Hey, buddy. What are you doing over there? He's a little skittish when you get close, but he's getting more used to us. Yeah, look at that. Hey, bud. Okay, back to pictures. This is that really dark veining flava that Ryan Peterson passed along to me. I really like it, and it puts up really nice fall pictures too. It might be a flava Oreo cross. It's just a really nice plant. I love the veining and the coloration of it, and the picture shape. Everything's nice about that plant. Here we go, some more Leucos, just starting to come into their prime. A whole tray of Leucos, and this is kind of a shame here. I really need to get all these repotted because there's some super high-end clones, and they're just packed in there, not putting up their best pictures. And you can see the heat here on the front of the greenhouse is damaging some of the pictures. It gets so hot in the day. When it's 100, I can't keep it much under 110 in here, so it's just get good air movement, but it gets so hot. Here's a nice flop top, cool little plant. Ooh, I like this Morii back here. This one always catches my eye when I'm watering. Big old crazy jawline, and the color on it is pretty nice. Really like it. What else do we have? Oh, I love this Flava rubricapora. This one is, I got a few of these right here. I think this is all the same clone in that tray, and they look nice. This is one of my favorites. I can't get enough of red Flavas. And this tray here is going to a customer eventually, but just a selection of different plants. There's a Black Widow in there, that big purple-throated monster, gorgeous thing. Well, this guy is just so beautiful. I can't get enough of this plant. And there's a few different types of Flavas and Morii with color. So another big, beautiful Morii. The spring pictures on this were awesome, but they're past their prime now. You can see the fall pictures coming up. Beautiful color. Nice contrast on the lid whenever it gets up. And then it eventually turns all red, but just a beautiful plant. Here we go with some Morii. The white top with that red throat on a few of these is just astounding. Nice big bunch of Leuco pictures back here. Another bunch of red Morii in the back. And here's a nice Morii with that red throat on it again. What else do we have? Nice big Leuco over here. Man, this brain is, or my, this heat is cooking my brain, and I can't even talk right. So, sorry about all the mistakes, but let's see, what else do we have? Ooh, another nice Morii. That one's beautiful. Look at the color on that. Love it. Nice. And this row right here, I think, is mostly Blood Moon cross Oaky Giant. Really nice clone. Mostly Leuco dominant, but you can see there's a kind of a shape to it that you can tell the Oaky's in there. The giant, the Oakyphenokiensis minor. Ooh, another Morii. And you can see the spring picture over here came up, and it was nice contrast, but it almost turned completely red. Then these fall pictures come up, and they're much more Leuco dominant, but I bet they get really dark too. I just love how dark that lip is on that thing. Hurricane Creek White cross Dana's Delight back there. Beautiful. Most of these are that Leuco Hot Pink selection cross French Kiss cross Leuco Hot Pink selection. And the pictures on these, look at these fall pictures, how much whiter they are. They will color up eventually, but you can see these spring pictures down here, much redder. And then these that came up a little while ago got a nice contrast, pink and red on them. But these current fall pictures coming up are actually look almost green. It almost looks like a totally different plant, but kind of cool that they have that much variation in color. And a whole bunch of Leucos here. Leucos, mostly Hurricane Creek Whites and some Albas and some Anthocyanin-free over here. You can tell they're Antho-free. If you look down at the crown, there's absolutely no red coloration compared to one over here that has some red color on it, so you know that one's not Antho-free, but it can make solid white pitchers. This guy has no pigment, no red pigment, no anthocyanin. So okay, that's about it. Just some beautiful flavas and leucos, mostly moriais and leucos today that I wanted to show. And one last thing, I was going to show my current favorite traps on my fly traps. This is Carnivoria Crusader, and I posted a photo of this freaky trap as it was opening on Instagram and Facebook and elsewhere. But it's just a crazy plant with all these really messed up looking traps. I really like it, and you usually get some flanging like you can see in this trap here, but sometimes you get completely odd traps, and just a super cool plant. And the good news is it can hunt too. As you can see, it's got several flies in the trap, so it's a pretty cool plant. Really like it. I'm hoping to get it propagated and offer some next year, so be on the lookout for that. And I guess that's all. I could keep going and going because there's so many beautiful flava in here, but I keep saying flava when I mean Sarracenia. Sorry about that. But yeah, I guess we'll end with this beauty. All right, talk to you later, guys.